handen på en gång. Och ingen blyghet. Är det någon som blyg, då åker man ut. Men de kommer snart, alltså när jag går upp och presenterar dem så jättejävla kör hej då.
Your confidence so you can be on top for once. Wake up, who cares about little boy that talk too much? I've seen it all go down. The game of love was all rained down. So come on, baby, come on over. Let me be the one to hold. I'm the one, yeah. Deep inside, I hope you feel it too. Waited on a line up. Waited on a line. Yeah, just to be the next to be with you. Why be alone when we can be together, baby? You can make my life worthwhile. I can make you start to smile. When it's through, it's through. Fate will twist the both of you. So come on, baby, come on over. Let me be the one to show you. I'm the one who wants to be with you. I'm the one. Deep inside, I hope you'll feel it too. Waiting on a line of waiting on the line. Yeah, just to be the next to be with you. I'm the one who wants to be with you. Deep inside, I hope you'll feel it too. Waited on a line up. Waited on that line. Yeah, just to be the next to be with you. Just to be the next to be with you.
Bandit Classics. 70- och 80-talet. En station. Bandit Classics.
Like a hurricane.
Bandit Classics. Klassisk rock och hårdrock. Var du än är.
Sorry we're late. He's on?
It's on. It's on.
Is it on?
Is it on?
Is it on?
Is it on?
It's chest. Chest 1, 2. Chest 1, 2. Chest.
I don't think it's on.
It's not on. It's not. It's now it's on. Hi. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Right? Okay, no.
Chest.
You know what I learned?
No.
I learned lagom. Lagom. Just right. Right, yeah, that's it. That's my only Swedish word.
I don't know if
Very
you
proud of
if
that.
you use it in America, because lagom is typical Swedish. That it's
I think lagom translates in English to
almost sometimes.
It's a typical. We're in the studio. It's like, how'd that sound?
And that was lagom.
Lagom.
So Stones have a new album coming up, Hydrograd.
yeah.
Yeah. And it's a lagom album.
Easy. No.
No. It's a really cool album. I've been listening to it, and it's. We were actually talking about the name.
Yes.
It's quite weird.
It's very weird. It's a very funny story, actually. Yeah.
Tell us.
Sure you do it.
Yeah.
So, this is so stupid. It was a few years ago. I was running through an airport in Eastern Europe. It was one of the older ones. Hadn't exactly been updated yet, you know, so it was kind of the gate information was kind of antiquated in a way, and they had the old like 1980s digital block letter number like weird readout things, right? They're not exactly designed to read from a distance, let's put it that way. So I'm trucking, I'm late, and I'm looking and trying to find my gate, and I looked up and my brain saw Hydrograd. And I was like, well, where the fuck is that? You know? And I kept going, but then I stopped. I was like, I got to know. I have to know where this city is, right? And I go back to the gate. Now, it'd been cycling through Cyrillic and like regular letters and whatnot, but then also through like 4 or 5 different languages. So I'm standing there and I'm waiting for it to come back. And it wasn't even close. It was like Milan or something. Like it didn't start with an H. I was like, my brain is so fucked up, you know? And I was like, okay, I guess so Hydrograd is not a place. And I just walked away and I was like, wow, that's kind of a cool name, you know? And it just stuck with me, you know? So years later, we're putting the songs together for this album, and I named one Hydrograd, and I said, you know, it could be cool for the name of the album as well. And the rest is shit.
So, but maybe there is a place called Hydrograd.
It could be. I mean, I think it breaks down as Watertown. I'm sure there's a Watertown somewhere.
Venice.
From your lips, or I don't know. That fucking I got real creepy.
Oh man, he's insane.
Did you see it? You see what he's done? Every time I come here, it gets super weird.
So we're gonna start with we've got a lot of fans here. You have a lot of fans.
Yeah,
and it's very hot up here. So
it's quite hot.
If you want to take your shirt off,
nobody wants that.
I'm just trying to get there, man.
Nobody.
So just raise your hands, and we will start with some questions from the man in black.
Yeah, the man in black. What do you think of Sweden?
I love it here. God, I really do. Yeah, it's every time we've come here, it's just the people have been so good to us, and like we've been able to see more and more of like the city and outside of it. And I mean, you got to go way out of the city, like yeah.
You're gonna tell us about it.
I'm waiting.
Are you gonna tell me about it?
I'm gonna tell you to tell them about it.
Okay. Yeah, actually, we've been here for several days, and we had a day off on Sunday, and I hopped on a train and went and visited the Cliff Burton Memorial, which was really cool to be able to do that. And like Corey said, the city is it's unbelievable. I really love the vibe of this city.
Yeah, absolutely. It reminds us of home, to be honest. Like it reminds us of Des Moines, where people are, they keep to themselves. They're cool, but then when something cool happens, you really get into it. Like you're just like, oh, it's not fucking coming. It's not like like some of the bigger cities where there's stuff comes through all the time and people may or may not appreciate it. You appreciate the cool things that come here. So we totally identify with that because we didn't get a lot of cool shit growing up. Right?
Yeah. You remember how to say fuck yeah in Swedish?
Oh no, I don't.
I told you.
Did you? Did you? Well, I'm a terrible friend then. I'm sorry. Say it again.
Jävla bra.
Yeah? Did you teach me that? Because I've never heard that before. Yeah, that's right. Oh, it was in the meet and greet, wasn't it? Yes. Okay. It was that square meet and greet. It was very hot. I was trying not to sweat through my clothes, dude. You say it again?
Jävla bra.
Jävla bra.
Bra.
Yeah.
There you go. Correct.
Yeah.
Lagom jävla bra.
Yeah. No.
Any more questions over there? Here.
Yeah, I heard you like Tenacious D. Have you ever planned on making anything with him or?
The funny thing is, I'm friends with Jack and Kyle, and I used to have a Tenacious D tribute band called Audacious P. It's fucking horrible. It was my friend Josh Brainerd, who actually used to be the original guitar player in Slipknot. And we put it together to do, auspiciously to do charity gigs. We only played 2 gigs, but we would come on stage in shitty capes, which were actually fucking kitchen towels pinned to our shirts. And we would come and just, it was so fucking stupid. But it was awesome, man. We did it, and it was a long time ago, and we actually threatened to do it again. But yeah, I love that band. Love Tenacious D. One of my favorites. Actually, I'm going to see them in a week because I'm doing a charity gig in LA for a Sweet Relief, and they're going to be there, so I get to watch the D. It's going to be awesome. Ooh, you remember we got to see Tenacious D the first time we came over to do press in 2002?
Yes, I remember.
Yes.
Yeah, you ended up...
Oh, I was fucking wasted.
Just a little. And then on top of it, it was my first time to the UK, and I wasn't drinking, so I was kind of...
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. He almost got us killed by jumping into a cab that was somebody else's, and they... Somebody else waved the cab down, but we got into it, and then shut the door, and they couldn't get in, and they were pissed. Beating on the car, he's like... Ah. I was like, oh my God, why am I here?
That was at the Crowbar on the corner, right? We're fucking hammered.
You were. I wasn't.
Okay,
I was scared for my life.
By we, I mean I. It was brutal. So yeah, we like Tenacious D.
That's why. The D. That happens to you when you listen to the D.
Yeah.
Strange. Hands up. More questions. The green man.
How did you come up with the idea of the House of Golden Bones? Like the whole story around the thing?
Oh yeah. That was a story I'd kind of been sitting on for a while, as far as because it very much kind of happened. It has to do with like evolution of the spirit and finding yourself and having the courage to not only make those choices to become that person that you want to be, but also to stand by it, you know, no matter what. And it was just something I had kind of been playing around with, and as the years had gone by, like it became more and more vivid for me, especially the imagery. And then obviously the geek in me really wanting to do like a comic book that would tie into it. So I was looking for any reason to do a comic book. And I was like, oh, this is perfect. This is a great idea. So yeah, I mean, that's really kind of where it stemmed from, and really turning that world, which was the internal world, into something a lot bigger. And yeah, it was a challenge, man. We hadn't done anything at that point at that scope. But I thought we'd do it. No, I mean, the music kind of came in. I had the story first, and then as the music kind of came in, I was able to fit the lyrics and the story into the stuff. Me and Josh worked on the music forever, putting that stuff together and really making sure that it flowed and sorry, and told the story. But yeah, it was really cool. So what?
I just wonder how it would be like to bring you on dinner. Do you behave, or are you like?
Yeah, no, you don't want to take me to dinner.
Are you better today than you were for like 10 years ago?
But not as good as tomorrow.
He's flirting with me.
You're the one that wore the seductive T-shirt. That's not my fault.
Am I?
Are you?
Ghost boy.
About the house on Bone and Gold. You want to do a movie about it? Has it been, or
Yeah, we talked about it. It's still something I'd like to do someday. But I think I'd have to wait until like the appropriate time to really kind of work on it outside of everything else and kind of let that project build itself. Just for the fact that we're so much more interested in writing like newer music and stuff instead of kind of coming back. I think maybe in a few years when the time comes and we have a little more time that we can concentrate on it. I talked with a couple of different directors about doing it almost in the kind of animated cell kind of idea, almost what the Do Me a Favor video was, that kind of that really cool like animated 3D vibe and doing something cool like that. But yeah, I mean, until we really have the time to do it and do it right, yeah, it's going to be on the back burner, but it is still there. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any upcoming gigs? Sweden?
We have a lot of upcoming gigs.
Yeah.
No, we'll be back November, December for UK tour and Europe.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to try and play at least Stockholm, if not Stockholm, Gothenburg, maybe one of the other bigger cities.
Helsingborg, Malmö. Bollnäs. No, I'm just dropping a few cities that are tiny.
I don't even trust you that those are cities.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You could be like saying some shit to me. I'd be like, yeah, we're going to play there. And people are like...
You can trust me, Corey.
But no, it seems like every time we've come here, it's just gotten bigger and bigger, and like everybody's like really into it. I don't know why. We're not that good. Well, I'm not that good. Josh.
We're lagom.
Yeah, lagom. We're a lagom band, so we're representing lagom.
Lagom. It sounds like a lizard. Lagom.
Lagoon.
Go there.
Back in 1994, you made a couple of demos called, one of them was called I Can't Believe, which
Oh shit.
in my opinion is one of the most underrated Stone Sour songs and one of the most underrated rock ballad songs ever written.
Oh, thanks, man.
Was that song just supposed to be a demo or something more? Because it deserves a lot more recognition.
Well, thank you for that. That song, man, I mean, it's a deep tune. It's probably one of my favorites from the older batch. It was supposed to be at the time just kind of a moment in time, you know. We recorded two different versions of it with the two different lineups that we had. And I felt like the second version that we did really encapsulated what we were trying to go for. So I've never really given any thought to kind of backtracking and covering that ground again. But you never know. I mean, I have to warn you though, my range is nowhere near that high. And those fucking notes are fucked up, dude. And like my balls dropped a long time ago. So I'm more Johnny Cash than Sebastian Bach at this point. I don't know if I could hit those fucking notes now. I could give it I could try. I will fail.
You guys were quite young then.
Quite young, yeah.
Like one of your first songs ever.
Yeah. I recorded that when I was 23. So, yeah. And you can fucking hear it. Can't believe. So fucking high. But it's a good song. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Time flies, Corey.
Huh?
Time flies. I mean,
when you're getting old. Yeah.
When you're getting old,
exactly.
Guy over there.
Do you have an idol? Someone that you look up to?
Josh, who are your idols? Yngwie?
Yes.
Yes. The Fury.
The Fury.
Yeah, the
Well, he's one of many from a guitar standpoint. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Steve Vai, Joe Satriani, and then of course from like a rhythm guitar side, all the guys from the big four bands. So Hetfield, Mustang, Kerry King, Jeff Hanneman, Scott Ian.
Yeah. For me, the singers that I've always gravitated towards were the ones who were very unique in a way and maybe set the tone for other genres, like everybody from Henry Rollins to David Lee Roth, Ozzy, obviously, to Ronnie, like those were the guys who kind of set the template, Bruce, Rob Halford, the ones who they could play for 200 people or they could play for 20,000. They fill a room with their personality because they want everyone to feel as good as they do on the stage, They didn't necessarily have to be the best singer, but you had to be the best motherfucker on the stage, So that, to me, that was the attitude that I approached, like, writing music and performing music with, is just to make sure that everyone in that room walks away going, God, that was awesome, So, yeah, those were my idols.
When you're on a tour, how do you keep your voice fit?
Oh, I drink a shit ton of coffee. Like a lot. Almost too much.
How does coffee help your voice?
Oh, well, listen to it.
What is it?
No, actually, it's funny you say that because I just recently, like a year ago, I just quit smoking, which I'd smoked since I was 10 years old, so I was a fucking professional at that point. As the years have gone on, I've noticed that the healthier I am, the stronger my voice feels. So I've really just kind of started to dedicate myself to the notion that I'd like to be able to do this into my later years, and I'd like to be able to do it at a level that feels good for me. I don't have to be like peak performance, but to be able to sing it in a way where I don't have to drop it down like 4 or 5 steps. Is it singing it like this? So yeah, I've when I'm on the road, I try to eat right-ish, as well as you can on the road. I do drink a lot of coffee, but I also balance it with water and all that crap. You just kind of have to know your body and know where your body's at. For me, I know when I'm getting sick, there's a certain regiment that I have to kind of do to make sure that I get through the shows. And if you're in tune with your body, you can take care of your voice stronger. You don't baby it, because by babying it'll make it weak. But if you don't dog it all the time, you can be able to kind of keep it at that peak level.
So to this point, you don't have to drop any songs live?
No, I try not to. I mean, when I'm sick, sometimes there are notes that I'm like, I'm not going to hit that one. But at the same time, you just kind of play to your strengths. Maybe move some stuff around. Work different songs in that you can sing when you're sick. It's more about the audience and not showing them that you're having a difficult time, which is hard for me because I wear everything on my face. But if they're enjoying themselves, then my job's done.
I got a question for both of you. As kids, what was your biggest dreams? Did you want to be rock stars, or did you like
Major Rand?
Yeah,
well, yeah,
Major Rand.
Actually,
was it football player or anything else? Or?
I would have loved to have played football, to be quite honest. American football.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would have also been the smallest guy. I mean, maybe I could have been a kicker, but
special teams. You could have done special teams.
well, I guess I could have.
Return team. Dogging and dodging.
You got to just be
Shucking.
crazy and not care if you get murdered out on the field to be special
that's
teams.
true. Well, yeah. I mean, they are flying at you pretty hard. But I don't know.
No, but also in music, to do what we are doing is, it's surreal, and to be able to do it as long as we've done it is really amazing.
Yeah. When I was younger, I wanted to be a teacher. Just for real, yeah. I wanted to be a history teacher. I discovered very quickly that I have no patience for children. This is coming from a dad too, so it is what it is. But yeah, I've always loved history. I've loved reading history and studying history, and I think maybe if this hadn't worked out, maybe I'd have done something like that. But thank God it didn't, because I'd be a fucking horrible teacher. It's like, you guys don't know shit. I'd be an unemployed teacher.
And maybe you would be there. Yeah! You would be there in the school and teaching everybody about the Hydrograd. It's a place in Russia.
It is.
And
It's a beautiful place. It's right on the water. Right. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe.
More questions?
You really took it to the next level with the House of Gold and Bones. It's a fantastic and ambitious effort.
Oh, thank you.
So what was the biggest challenges with making a double disc concept album, and do you plan on making more similar efforts?
Oh, God. What was the biggest challenge for you? I mean, I know for me, just kind of making sure that everything, told the story, but like musically, what was...
Just trying to remember everything. I mean, that was a lot of songs to learn and try to, lay down on the recording and try different effects. So yeah, I mean, for me, it was just trying to retain all the songs, and not get them confused with one another.
Like at one point, we had everything tabbed out and charted and shit. We were like, oh fuck, I can't remember. Oh, that's this one. But the cool thing is that, and a lot of people don't know this, is like certain guitar lines and melody lines recurred all through, almost like a score. So you would have pieces that would kind of come back and come back here, and just kind of to recall certain themes and certain emotions. For me, it was just trying to keep the energy up, because there were so many songs and we were trying to do it in such a short amount of time, that it was much more about making sure that the energy level was still there as well, like, so you would have a song like Taciturn and have it still be as poignant as a song like Do Me a Favor, especially being a part of that trilogy that is there at the end, which is Blue Smoke, Do Me a Favor, and then The Conflagration, having that all kind of play together like that. Yeah.
And will you plan on doing any more?
Oh God, no. No, fuck no. I don't know. I mean,
I don't think so.
Okay, no, that's a no. Major Rand has spoken.
Exactly, Major Rand. But I mean, on Hydrograd there are 15 songs as well, so it's not like a short album.
No, but what they're
opening
concise.
track is like a
It's they're like 3 minutes 30. I mean, it's honestly, those songs came together really quick too, man. I mean, it was one of those things where we turned around and was like, Jesus Christ, we got a lot of fucking songs. And I think we tracked them pretty quick too.
Yeah, we recorded 19 over 30 days. Most of the record, we basically recorded live, no click track for the core of the recording, and then came back, did overdubs with the guitars, and then of course Corey would sing in the following morning.
And then that tune would be done, and we'd do another one. We just did that. Fuck, man, it was, like that. And we were just turning around and was like, that should have been harder than it was. And it wasn't, man. It just, but you can feel the energy on it. Like, that's what's so great about it. It's like there's a push and pull. There's ass in it. There's so much ass in this music. It's so fucking good.
What do you mean with ass? twerking?
Dude, if you got to ask,
a lot of
you don't want to know. Almost too many songs to twerk to.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we wrote the album specifically with twerking in mind.
I can figure it out.
You can crush walnuts. I just so creep myself out. It's not good. Why do you do this to us? Why do people? This is going to ruin our reputation.
Yeah.
It's like they're such dicks.
Such an asses. Any more questions over here? The other guy in red.
I'm looking forward to see you again at Sweden Rock Festival. How do you like the festival and to perform there?
Oh, it's awesome. Safety first, you know? Yeah.
Safety first.
You know the story? Yeah, man, we were Sweden Rock a long time ago. We played. We ended up having to switch spots with somebody because we had an obnoxiously long drive to go through to get to the next city. So we ended up playing like really early, but they gave us our whole set time. So like we went on. It was gray. It was fucking dumping rain, but the crowd was like so stoked and energetic. It was like they're here, right? You know. So we went out. I mean, we were having a blast, and I ran over and I grabbed one of the hard hats that was on the side of the stage, and I stuck it on, and the entire audience started shouting, "Safety first! Safety first!" We were like, "What the fuck?" Almost like they'd planned it, and it's one of my I cherish that story. It's one of my favorite stories about being in this country, and to this day, every time we play a gig here, somebody brings a fucking hard hat, and they've put the Stone Sour logo on it. And they throw it on top. I'm like, oh, we got it. We found it. Here, and I put it on. I do a whole song in it. Whole audience, safety first. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? It's scaring the shit out of me.
You should have it on the merchandise stands, like selling out.
Sweden only.
Yeah, Sweden only.
Well, now we're gonna. That would be so tight. It's like, come get your Swedish Stone Sour hard hat here.
Yeah, lagom good. There you go, jävlar.
Yeah.
The guy in the hat, like in the back.
We've got a question, us and our friend. We've always wondered how wide is your neck, like actually?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Why is my neck the size of a thigh? Is that what you're asking? It fucking is. I don't know. I'd really like to know because I'd like to have a surgery to make it a normal neck. You guys don't know. All right, this is what sucks. I have to get gigantic, like, XXL shirts just so the neck will fit, and then have, like, a good meter of clothing, like, of material taken out of the back just so it'll fit. But then it looks like a child's nightshirt. It's so horrible. And then it's just all blousy. And I'm like, shit. Yeah, well, and that's the thing. Yeah, I mean, nothing will fit it. And I try. That's why I don't wear ties. I hate ties. It fucking suck. Fuck. Whoever invented the tie is a dick. They didn't think about, necks like myself. It's horrible. So then you have to, like, cheat it. And, like, but then if you get it and it's just, I don't want to talk about it.
You should have an own tailor, man.
Shut up. Of course I have anger. Yeah, you think all my anger stems from my neck problems? You could be right.
I just have to say that. One more question then. Oh,
I've been really impressed with your spoken word stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just wondering how you got out of the comfort zone having a band behind you and just being on a stage alone in a place maybe small like this. I've seen
yeah. It's, I mean, I don't know if you notice, I'm a total ham. Like, I just enjoy talking. That's why he and I work really well together. He never talks and I never stop. I don't know. I mean, maybe it was something I've always wanted to do, like doing the Q&As and stuff is really what started it. Because I started doing it on my first book. And I went out and I just thought it would be something cool to add to the show, because I knew I was going to play acoustically. And I just knew that that working the crowd and talking to the crowd could be a part of it. But I was like, you know what, maybe what if I just kind of came out first and talked about the book, and then, you know, kind of opened it up. And that's really what kind of led me to doing, like, you know, a half hour of just coming out and talking first, and then doing the Q&A, to the point where I was doing 3-hour shows, which is obnoxious in a lot of ways. But it was different every time, and the audience really dug it and had a great time with it. And you'd be surprised at some of the questions that you would get. Neck questions and weird questions about, you know, it would keep you on your toes, but it would also engage you. So it would kind of trigger different stories that maybe you'd forgot about. Like, I forgot all about the cab story when we were watching Tenacious D.
I didn't.
I know you didn't. So it's stuff like that it just kind of made me, maybe kind of encouraged me to do something that maybe I'd always wanted to do and maybe I'd never thought about, you know. Because, I mean, Rollins, to me, was the best example of that when he would go out and do his spoken word stuff. And growing up and listening to Big Ugly Mouth and stuff like that, like those great live recordings of him just up in front of an audience and talking good shit, I was like, God, that'd be something I could love to do someday, and I've gotten to do it.
One more. Någon som inte tagit? Du har inte ställt.
Which one is your favorite album?
Of all times?
Of ours? Yes. Oh, man. What's yours?
I would say Hydrograd.
Yeah. I love it because, well, why do you like it? Because I have, yeah. I don't want to take his answer.
I think the fact that we recorded it live with no click, the tones, you know, this is really Roy's drum kit, the sound. It wasn't replaced with you know, drum samples, so it's very organic in the way we recorded it and the sonics of it. I think, you know, over time our writing has gotten more mature. Everything, and I think it's the most diverse record. I mean, we do everything from, you know, classic metal and hard rock to country. Yes, you heard me. Country.
That's right. You better prepare for it.
Yeah. And everything in between. So I think it's just the diversity, the maturity, and how fun it was to record this record.
Yeah, no, I agree. Not only the music, but the experience itself. I mean, we laughed every day. We enjoyed every second of it. We enjoyed each other's company. We showed up early. We left late. I mean, it was the absolute antithesis to what people consider. It's like, oh, you have to be miserable to make a great album. Well, fucking shove that up your ass. We had so much fun making this album, and you can hear it. You can hear it in the energy. You can hear it in the spirit. You can hear it in even the heavier stuff has just a bright, positive connotation to it. You know, it just feels like an alive album. And I love the fact that we were able to embrace even more of our influences on it. I mean, everything from the Clash to you know, the Big Four in a lot of ways, and especially in the opening track or the opening song or whatever. To me, it's our best songs that we've ever written. It's some of my best lyrics. Performance-wise, you can't touch it. So I think, I mean, that's just why we're so ecstatic to release it, for people to hear it, man. We're just really happy with it. So I would totally agree. Did I take your answer again? No. Okay, good.
We should finish it up with a photo session as well. And hands up for Cortator and Josh Ranch from Stone Sour. Love the time here. Major Ranch! Så nu får ni bara göra en cirkel runt så här, så gör vi en fotosession.
Major Ranch!
If you take a step towards me, you will take my breath away. So I'll keep you close and keep my secret safe. No one else is out.